What's up, Gemini? Welcome to your June reading. This is for Gemini, Sun, Rising, Venus. We'll be taking a look to see what messages need to come through for you for the month of June. Get some insight, wisdom, guidance, and overall see what's going on for you. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, the information for that's in the description down below. And if you want to follow me on my other social media, I do have Instagram and TikTok. You can find me there at Jadestonetarot. And let's jump right into this reading, see what messages Spirit has for you, get some insight on what's going on. Starting off with some fairy messages for Gemini, Sun, Rising, Venus in June 2022. Happy birthday, by the way, to all my Geminis out there. I hope you have a beautiful birthday season. Messages for Gemini in the month of June 2022. We have the Bright Mother. I believe that came out for Aries reading, if I'm remembering correctly. Messages for Gemini for the month of June. Ooh, the Singer of Connections. So there's definitely new energy at play with you for the month of June. It's awesome. It's beautiful. It requires you to be open, and especially when it comes to your relationships, especially when it comes to your connections, friendships, family, love, requiring you to be open and be vulnerable and let people in. It can be scary. It can be very, very uncomfortable, especially if you come from a past where your trust was betrayed, where you opened up to the wrong people. Maybe they use that against you. Maybe, there's lack of trust. Maybe you're learning to really trust yourself again, and you're slowly beginning to open up to new people, but it's still a little uncomfortable. There's still some triggers, but this is going to be a good month for you to really bring in that healing, to really allow new things, new relationships, and new connections to come forward. And it's just going to be a very healing and very transformative month for you. And there's just like a lot of new energy. It feels very pure. It feels very like, how would I describe it? A little naive in a way, or maybe you're needing to tap into more of that naive, childlike energy and just like let loose instead of being so uptight and scared and paranoid of like, what if this person's gonna stab me in the back or do me wrong like the last person? You know better now, Gemini. You've gone through the lessons, you've gone through those experiences. You'll be able to really feel out the energy, and you'll be able to tell if someone will be trying to screw you over or fuck around. Like, your intuition will guide you. So really have trust within yourself that you'll know when something's up, if something's off, if something's shady. Really trust yourself that you will sense it, that you will see it. So it's kind of like innocent until proven guilty, right? Instead of saying guilty until proven innocent, I'm not going to trust anybody until they prove that I can trust them. Learning to maybe trust a little bit more. All right, that might be a challenge. But the month of June, you're being asked to let your guards down, let your walls down, and be more vulnerable and like risk it. What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? So, very interesting. I like it a lot. You're going to be learning new things. It's going to be a very expansive month for you. Really tapping into your divine feminine energy. We all carry masculine, feminine energies. Being in more of the energy of receiving. Instead of chasing, instead of being the one to initiate, to take action, maybe sit back and like, it's all about attracting. It's all about calling in what's yours, calling in what's meant for me, setting that intention, like I attract what is meant for me, and I trust that what's meant for me will come in, and I am receiving, I am open to it, and just being open to the possibilities and seeing where things go. So being in more of like a receptive energy. I also just kind of want to touch on self-care and nurturing yourself and making sure that you are like, how can you mother yourself in a way? How can you nurture yourself? How can you take good care of yourself so that you feel that sense of self-care and self-love, right? Making that a priority in the month of June as well. All right. So these are the numbers 16 and 6. So 6 might be an important number for you. 16 adding up to a 7. Really interesting. So let's pull some tarot messages. Let's see what else is going on. Maybe we'll get a little bit more clarity as to what could be beginning here. But definitely something about a connection, or your connection to people, connection to other people's energies, and just like being able to exchange some sort of connection and emotion. And it's new, but it's awesome. There's a lot of growth. There's a lot of room for expansion, and You know, fertility is also being highlighted here. I don't know, her ass is out. One of the fairies, their titties are out. So, you know, there's a lot of like this fertile energy. I don't know where you live, but where I am, it's like heavy spring. Everything's blooming. It's a very fertile time, right? Especially Mother Nature. All right. So, messages for Gemini, Sun Rising Venus in the month of June 2022. What's going on for my Geminis? What do they need to know? Any insight, wisdom, guidance for Gemini, Sun Rising Venus in June 2022? We have Judgment reversed coming out. Messages for Gemini, Sun Rising Venus in the month of June 2022. We also have the Sun. Oh, yeah. Okay, Leo energy. I'm just getting a message over here. 7 of Wands reverse and the Two of Swords. Okay, let's talk about this. Bottom of the deck, the Fool, the 5 of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, and the 2 of Wands. So you do have... Oh, and the 2 of Cups. You have 3 twos. 2, 2, 2. Just letting you guys know you got some choices to make. Okay, and you got to rely on your inner wisdom and your trust and your knowing, your higher power, your source. You just got to really have faith, okay? Taurus energy, by the way. Aries energy as well, and Leo. Okay, so what I'm picking up here, so there's this energy of you guys being able to see things exactly as they are, and it makes it easy for you to remove things in your life that don't serve you. So there's also energy possibly of your past creeping back up or opportunities to revisit your past. But it appears here with Judgment reversed, you're not so much willing to give the past a second, third, fifth, 100th chance, especially since the Sun comes out with it. It's like you see it exactly as it is, and there's no confusion. There's no lack of clarity or wonder of like what could have happened, or what if this, or what if I gave it a chance, maybe things would be different. Like you just see it exactly as it is. You know what would happen if you were to return to the past, and it just doesn't seem like you're interested in that. It doesn't. 7 of Wands reversed and the 2 of Swords, like you just don't see that this is worth fighting for. You don't really see the value in this. Like 2 of Swords to the 7 of Wands reverse, you're removing this from your life. Like you're not interested in going backwards. You're about moving forwards, right? So I'm seeing here, like, although you got some choices here, 2 of Wands, 2 of Cups, and the 2 of Swords, it seems like you've already made up your mind. Okay? Seems like you've already made up your mind. Now, there could be a couple different things that you are deciding on this month, choosing between this month, but you have full on clarity, full on trust and confidence within yourself that like there's no doubt when it comes to these choices that you'll be making. Like your judgment is clear as hell. Yeah. Fool, 5 of Cups. I think deep down you kind of wish things were different. Like you're moving in this new direction with the Fool. There's this new energy, probably relating to the bright mother, right? And you're attracting what's meant for you, and you're trusting that, and you're having faith in that. But there still is part of you that you know, you can't deny that there's part of you that wishes things were different. There was some sort of disappointment. Maybe there is some sort of disappointment in June that maybe you weren't prepared for or weren't really expecting, but you know, kind of like it is what it is. It sucks. I'll get over it. But damn, like I wish things were different. I wish things didn't turn out the way that they did, but it seems like it's out of your control. And this could be relating to some sort of connection in your life. Again, this can be friendship, family, romantic, platonic, business, and whatever the case is. Yeah, there is some sort of disappointment, but it seems like it opens up a different door for you. And so when it comes to you guys taking this new step into this direction, it seems like you're moving at a nice, slow, steady pace here with the Knight of Pentacles. You're very patient, you're very determined, you're very focused, and it seems like nothing's going to get in your way, right? You're crossing the fine... Wait, what? Crossing the T's, dotting the I's, reading the fine print, right? Very good. We're still in the post-shadow effect of Mercury retrograde, so still gotta pay attention to those little details, of course, but yeah, you're moving at a nice, slow, steady pace. You're pretty confident. You know where you're headed, and you're not rushing into just anything. Now, if you have any important choices to make, I don't think you'll be rushing into anything so quickly. You'll really be considering all of your options. I don't know why I'm feeling like Libra energy from this. Really just considering all of your options, weighing out the possibilities before deciding, before committing to anything or choosing anything. You really like tap into your own inner knowing and your own wisdom and really feeling things out. So really trusting your intuition as well. So I'm going to pull some more cards because I don't really feel like we need to look into this kind of past energy. You see it for what it is. You've gotten the clarity, especially if there has been any confusion about things that have happened to you recently or even a while back. There's been some questions that you've had. It seems like you'll be getting the clarity you need to clear up any confusion. All right, you'll be getting clarity this month for sure. And it also seems like you're in a really positive state, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. You seem pretty positive. You seem very optimistic about where you're headed, where you're going, and you're not really letting, the past really get in the way. There might be some moments where, like I said, you feel a little bit disappointed. You wish things were a little bit different. But for the most part, you're just trying to just keep a forward momentum, forward mindset, and just like, instead of living in the past and wishing things were different, you're kind of just like surrendering to what happened and just believing that it's all gonna fall into place. It's all gonna happen there's a reason, maybe it doesn't make sense right now, but you're trusting that this is gonna lead to something better. Like if something didn't work out for you, Gemini, that's because there's something much, 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 much better in store for you. So when you experience some kind of loss, no matter how big or small, it's creating space for something else. It is. And most of the time, it's something a lot better, something better than we even asked for. So just try to keep that in mind. Feel your emotions, especially if it's been heavy or emotional or intense. Like, acknowledge it, feel it for what it is, but just keep moving forward because there's something that's much, 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 much better in store for you, okay? All right, let me pull a couple more cards, see if there's anything else, and then we'll start to clarify and get a little bit more detail. Any other messages for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the month of June 2022? Any other messages for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the month of June 2022? What's going on for my Geminis in June? Show me clearly. We have Death in the Six of Pentacles. So there's timely changes taking place. Timely changes that are happening on a divine time is what I mean by that. All right, let me see if okay, and the Tower, Scorpio energy coming out twice. Anything else for Gemini in the month of June 2022? Anything else for my Geminis? Anything they need to be aware of? Ace of Cups. Okay, Magician at the bottom, Lovers. Some of you have a commitment coming in. A new commitment in your relationships. That can be romantic. That could even be business. It does feel a little bit more on the romance side, but definitely creating space for new relationships, which we had that with the Singer of Connections. So connections in your relationships this month are definitely going to be highlighted. And I also wanted to say, and I said this for a few readings now, we have Saturn retrograding in Aquarius. And basically Saturn retrogrades, just to keep it short, sweet, and simple, it is going to be a time to really establish strong, firm boundaries. And so if you want to get a little more insight as to where that's going to be affecting you, take a look as to where Aquarius is in your natal chart and also where your Saturn placement is. And that will give you an idea as to what areas you'll probably be setting boundaries in. So for some, you're going to be setting boundaries in your romantic relationships. For some, you're going to be setting boundaries in, business relationships. It depends on what aspect or where the house is in your natal chart for Saturn and Aquarius. Okay, just take a look at those things. But anyways, let's get out of the astro talk. We have Death and the Six of Pentacles out here. So like I was mentioning before, there are changes taking place, and it's all about the timing of events. And certain things in your life are fading in, and certain things in your life are fading out. And it seems like it's out of your control because we have the Tower, right? So changes that are out of your control, it's you know, cosmic intelligence doing its thing, doing its little thing, little, you know, so really just trust in the process. If you experience some sort of ending in a relationship, trust that it's for a bigger reason, a bigger purpose, a bigger plan, although you may not see why is this happening to me? It's because it's leading to something else. If you look into the Death card, she's pregnant. So a new life. So some part of your life could be dying so that another part of your life can be born. It's just a transition. Nothing to be afraid of. Everything's always changing. Nothing ever stays the same. So that's the one constant thing in this life we live is change. We can't escape change. And also, no one's making it out here alive. So just keep that in mind. It ain't gonna last forever. So embrace it. Have fun with it. Keep a light-hearted mind. I don't know. Let's move on. Let's look into I guess we'll take a look into these little changes taking place. Could be relating to the choices that you have. Let's take a look into Death. Death Tower, Six of Pentacles, this energy. Tell me about Death for Gemini, Sun, Rising, Venus in the month of June 2022. Tell me about Death for Gemini. What's coming to an end for Gemini in the month of June? Death for Gemini, we have the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so there's a little bit of resistance. I gotta be honest. There's a little bit of resistance. Like trying to hold on to, no, I don't want to let this go. I don't want to resist the change. But Spirit says too bad. The harder you resist, the harder you hold on to what's not serving you, the more of the headache. I'm just saying. Kind of the Death card, we have the Ten of Wands. Yeah, it's just going to be burdening you. It's just going to make it so much more of a struggle. It's just going to be more of a pain in the ass. Like, if you resist these changes, you're just delaying the whole plan, right? You're just delaying yourself. You're just getting in the way of the bigger plan, the bigger picture. Tell me about Death for Gemini. I want to call you Sagittarius for some reason. We have the King of Swords. Okay, wow. Eight of Wands, Prince of Wands. So there could be some sort of news that comes in. Queen of Wands and the Two of Cups. Okay, I'm feeling a little bit of different energy from that. So I think this is all relating to the changes that are taking place. So changes that are taking place. First of all, things that you've been holding on to that aren't serving you, that will be coming to an end. That will be released this month, okay? So like I said, some of you could be resisting the change. Some of you might be afraid. Some of you are holding on to people, situations that you know aren't serving you. And you're just kind of delaying the inevitable. So I would say in the month of June, whether you decide you're going to let it go or something comes up, divine orchestration happens in some way, shape, or form that forces you to let something go. But it seems like anything that has been burdening you, that you've been holding on to, stresses, fears, even relating to your money, things like that, relationships. It seems like you can expect changes and shifts in those areas. For some, King of Swords to the Two of Cups. For some, there could be changes in your relationships. You might be really setting those strong, firm boundaries. I was mentioning that for some of you. That's going to be highlighted for some of you. Really getting clear with what you will not tolerate in your relationships. Setting those firm boundaries. King of Swords takes no shit from anybody, okay? Don't have time for games, don't have time for tricks, manipulation, none of that. Like, I know what I want, this is what I want, and if you're not going to give that to me or meet me in the middle, then we gotta go. We gotta break away. We gotta call it quits, go our separate ways, right? Some of you are making it very clear, and that can apply in all kinds of relationships. Now, Yeah, because the Ten of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, and then the King of Swords, they kind of came out together. So I honestly see like this is mostly about like, you know, you really getting firm with your sword and removing things that don't serve you, okay? So that's kind of like the main message here. For some it's about a relationship, for some it's this, for that, whatever. Moving on to the next changes, shifts that are taking place. There's news coming in, Eight of Wands and the Prince of Wands. So there's news coming in. This is good news actually coming in that brings change. So this could be something that you're celebrating. This could be something that is finally being launched, like a business or an idea or some sort of project is finally beginning or starting, or you know, you're getting very, very close to some sort of breakthrough. So that's awesome. It seems like you're very confident, you're going for it, and it seems like your manifestations will be, I want to say, multiplying this month. Like it just seems to be happening really, really quickly. It feels awesome. So I like that a lot. Again, it has to do with the timing of things. Divine timing here. And then we have the Queen of Wands and the Two of Cups, because those cards came out together. So Queen of Wands and the Two of Cups. I am picking up on an energy. So again, lots of different messages. Please use your discernment, of course. I am picking up on an energy. Those that are in a relationship, maybe you guys have gotten really comfortable. And that's good, right? You should feel comfortable around your person in your partnership. But perhaps things have gotten a little stale, a little stagnant. And maybe it's time to, with the Tower, maybe it's time to switch some things up. Maybe it's time to spice some things up. Maybe it's time to, you know, just shake up the energy and have fun and be more playful, or like go out on some fun dates with you and your partner. That's a message for someone. Because Queen of Wands, she does like to stay in her comforts. And I'm just kind of picking up on the energy, like maybe you and your person just been homebodies for a minute. Hey, that's awesome, that's great. But maybe y'all are needing to like spice things up a little bit, have a little bit more fun, revamp that chemistry. So that's just like another little side message of like some changes that are taking place, some adjustments that could be taking place, but it doesn't seem too serious. So lots of different messages regarding the Death card of like what changes. So there's changes taking place in some relationships. There's some changes taking place regarding yourself, changes in your manifestations. It feels like, it just seems like the flow, everything's just starting to gradually shift, and it's nothing too crazy. It's nothing too chaotic or anything you should be scared or afraid of. It just seems like things are blossoming and expanding, and some things have to fall back for new shoots to sprout. Think about like flowers, right? That's like the first thing that comes to mind, because I was talking about the bright mother and like spring energy and like newness and expansion. So think about it, before anything can expand, before anything new can grow, go back to fall. What happened in fall? What happened in winter, right? You had to drop your leaves. You had to go through the loss. You had to sit with the loss, right? Wintertime, you had to really sit with it, digest it, kind of just like process it all. And then what happens? Spring, you're starting to come back into this new life and things are going good, starting to come back, bring new energy, new opportunity, new sprouts. You get me? That's kind of the vibe that we're in, Gemini. It's like getting back into the groove, getting back into opening up again. And like I was mentioning that at the beginning of the reading, it's like learning to open up to new people, learning to be more receptive and trusting more, and just like letting your walls down, and just, it just feels good. It feels really lighthearted. Let's take a look into the Fool, all right? And then I think we'll probably wrap it up because I am running out of time. Tell me about the Fool for Gemini, Sun, Rising, Venus in the month of June 2022. Overall, feels like positive changes are taking place for you, Gemini. It's nice. It's good. It's positive. Tell me about the Fool for Gemini in the month of June 2022. What is this new energy about? We have the World. Every cycle must come to an end so that new can begin. Or what? I don't know. Death, rebirth type shit. Tell me, oh, the Empress. Awesome. Tell me about the Fool for Gemini in the month of June 2022. Page of Wands. Good news coming in. Anything else regarding the Fool? Anything else? Hierophant and the Alchemist reversed. 7 of Swords, 7 of Wands, Queen of Swords, Tower. Okay. Getting a couple different messages for this. So for the most part, I want to just say that when it comes to this new energy that you're initiating in June, relationships that you're starting, projects, opportunities that open up for you that are new for you, I feel that this will be something that is long term, especially since we have a lot of major arcana that's come out. I feel like this is gonna be something that is like a slow transition, but like in the long term, this is going to be something that lasts like months or even years. Like the storyline that you'll be playing out that will unfold with time is going to be something that carries on out for like longer than just like, oh, the little day to day. It's going to be like month to month, year to year, kind of like whatever that is starting this month for you, Gemini, or has been started recently. It seems like this is very long term. Okay, so it seems like this is like long term commitments over here with the Hierophant. This can be again in your relationship. Is going to be talking about your business, your own personal goals and endeavors, but it seems like whatever it is that you are initiating this month, it seems like it's very much long term and there's longevity here. It also sees, I'm also seeing that there's something about a cycle that's closing out here with the World. Now that could be tying into this Alchemist reverse, Magician reverse, 7 of Swords, 7 of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. So, and the Tower. So, you know what? That could be relating to some of the shit that you're letting go of with that King of Swords and the 4 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands. And for some, it's about a relationship. I am picking up, like, if there was any kind of trickery or manipulation or someone who was trying to play tricks or take advantage of you or like use you, like you're trusting your discernment, you're not giving it a chance, you're not feeding into this, you're just removing it. Similar message that came through in Taurus's read. I was just like, you're not entertaining any of this kind of trickery or any of that, like you're just not entertaining it, you're putting an end to it. Straight sword cutting done with the Queen of Swords and the Towers. Like you just don't have time for it, you don't have time for it. So I think that's the gist I'm feeling from that, because Alchemist reverse can sometimes be talking about people who maybe don't have the best intentions. But again, like I was saying at the very beginning of the reading, you're learning to trust yourself more. You're learning to really open up to new connections, new opportunities. Yeah, there's some fears of like, what if this happens? What if I get hurt? What if I can't trust them? What if they screw me over? But for the most part, you're really trusting yourself, and you're trusting that like you will see through any of the trickery. Like you just got to trust yourself and trust your discernment, trust your intuition. That will guide you. And so you're having more faith within yourself, and as you do that, you're more open to the other beautiful blessings and possibilities that are opening up here, the doors that are opening up for you. You're having more trust within yourself that you are protected and that you know better, and like you're not going to get played again, right? You got so much wisdom, you got so much knowledge, like there's just no going back there. It's, you know better now. Right? And with the Princess of Wands, this talks about good news. This is about new ideas, feeling really passionate, excited. You might be feeling really outgoing this month, so you might feel like the urge to go out or to say yes to that offer, that invitation that you get. Give it a chance. See where it goes. Trust yourself. But yeah, it feels really good. We have double Taurus energy out here. But yeah, like long-term shit that is going to be beginning this month that forever change your life. Like I said, with that Death card that's coming out, she's pregnant. So think about it. You're bringing a child into your life. You're in your last month of being pregnant. You know, like your life is forever going to change. You're going to have that child. You're going to have to take care of them. 18, maybe, you know, even longer, right? But legally, 18 years old, I guess, depending on where you live. You know, your life is forever going to change. Once you push that baby out, that's it. Like your life is forever gone. Not gone. Your life the way you remember it. Well, not gone. Wrong words. But you know, you get me? Like, it seems like whatever that you are birthing this month, and it could be literal, it could just be symbolic, right? Because not everybody's pregnant, right? And it's like, that I don't necessarily mean it like that. Maybe a few of you, but I mean like figuratively speaking, whatever you're birthing this month, it changes your life forever, and it's long term. but it's beautiful and it's amazing and it's really good. It's what you want, it's what you deserve, it's what you need, and it's awesome. So I think we'll leave your reading here, Gemini. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope you found this helpful and insightful. If you did, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, information for that's in the description down below. If you want to follow me on my Instagram and TikTok, you can find me there at Jadestonetarot. I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Take care.